Morning, guys. More all-time highs that we're going to be trading today. So far, we're trading outside of our value area high. It's looking like we may go and take, or potentially take the all-time highs here, right over to the left, which is sitting at 24,889. I'm not interested in the market unless we're trading below 24,821. So, Xavion, what's good? Good morning. Uh, Let me know. I think that should be a little better. Hold on, guys. I'm just adjusting this mic. So the market is pulling back down to this value area high once again. I'm getting a pretty bullish response here. Aggressive buyers and sellers really fighting. See imbalances pop up on the offer, then imbalances pop up on the bid for a quick second. Little tug of war going on right here. accumulation. It's looking like more accumulation, aggressive buyers stepping in with it, more aggressive buyers stepping in at the exact breakout level. Let's see if they get acceptance or not. Had a lot of accumulation building. Now we need to see if it's going to be a continuation breakout into the all-time high, or if it's going to be absorption at this level, because if you look down here, aggressive buyers aren't getting a ton of follow through just yet. The thing is, we're long bias at these levels, right? Pull the trigger, get long all you want. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you what to do, but the risk to reward is not very attractive at these all-time highs, unless you believe the market can continue to run into price discovery mode and maybe you have a trailing stop or something along those lines. But we got some accumulation here. See if we get some acceptance at these levels. And come and take out these pre-market highs. You can see as the accumulation was being built, right, we had a lot of positive delta as we had a more narrow range to try and break out from. All right, come on, Flo. You taking kind of long. If you're gonna take out these highs, just take them out. Take them out. Take them out. Bring 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 them out. You would have thought we would get more, more volatility into this market open come Monday. I guess not. There we go. We just took out some previous levels. Took out this right here. We have another one over here. Just took both of those out. This is now the value area high over here. Some aggressive selling kicking in. See how the market handles that. I love the market, bro. I love order flow. All right, guys. Aggressive sellers. We got imbalances on the bid. Will they get rewarded? That's the question right now. What is the market trying to do? And how good of a job is the market doing in doing what it's trying to do? Let's get a failed auction. I really want a failed auction at these levels. For the most part, especially for the rest of today. I mean, one thing to point out before I get into that, one thing to point out is just the fact that the market is acknowledging these levels, right? Let's look over here. We're trying to use this value area high as a form of support. We flip it to a resistance. We sell off, we then come back up, and we use it as a form of resistance, right? You guys can clearly see that's the pinnacle point, right? That's the pinnacle point of where the most important decisions in the market is currently being made. You're either going to get stopped out very quickly at this level, or you're going to catch a decent run in profit, right? We trade back to these levels, right? If you're looking to short here or get long, you're either going to get stopped out very quickly, or you're going to catch a decent run. If you got long here, you caught a decent run, right? If you're getting short, you got stopped out. If you got short here, you caught some gains. I mean, we didn't even solve to this next low, which this isn't even the most valid level of balance to be trading off of anyways. But just making the point that the market is acknowledging these levels. And with that, you'll be able to base a lot of your trading decisions off of in terms of bias and direction and where you're looking to get in and out of. Because gauging where those levels are at will help you gauge what your risk to reward on the trade actually is, which makes all the difference. I mean, all the difference. I mean, a bad risk to reward will ruin a great strategy, which you could argue if that's even a good strategy in the first place if you don't have a good risk to reward. But just to say that these market tendencies, these structural tendencies that the market has, they repeat over and over again. Now you need to apply a process or system around that structural tendency, right? A market structural tendency to then be able to capture that. But it's really about eyeing in on that risk to reward, right? How many trades have you been in before where you get stopped out and then it continues to run in your direction? You see what I'm saying? It's not that the analysis is wrong for the most part. Most time, it's easy to be a good analysis. It's pretty easy to figure out where price is going to most likely try and do what. But in live time, it's a little bit more difficult to execute that and manage your risk profile while executing on that idea. So that's what it is. And again, tuning into these lives Monday through Friday every single morning will help with that. You know, maybe we'll get more opportunities to execute on heading into this week. I know we didn't at the end of last week, but today it's a little slow into the morning. But I mean, we're still able to acknowledge and process what's going on right now, right? What are we right now? What's our bias? We're bullish right now. That's our bias. Why? Number one, we're at all-time highs. And number two, we're getting price acceptance above a value area high. So we need to treat it as such until proven otherwise. The market is always trading within two states, either a balanced market or an imbalanced market. And whenever you recognize the market is trading in a balanced market or an imbalanced market, you should treat it as such until proven otherwise. So the market is showing us that we're in an imbalanced market still. We're in a price discovery mode, meaning we're going to be looking to seek new value. And in an imbalanced market, we tend to be more directional. So we're not going to apply mean reversion strategies to a directional market. Or if we get acceptance above a value area high, we're not going to be looking to short this market because our bias is bullish. Why would we short it? Why would we trade against our bias? You see what I'm saying? If we want to be patient and look for longs, we can do that. That seems like the more wise decision to make, knowing that we have price acceptance above a level of value. And I mean, not just my personal opinion, but I mean, logically thinking, if you get a price acceptance above a level of value, it lets you know, okay, the market's most likely going to go and create a new level of value or go and seek a previous level of value. So with that being said, short opportunities, can they work? Of course. We get pullbacks on uptrends all the time, like we have twice here, but it's picking up pennies in front of a steamroller. You know, it's like we could just wait for those more obvious trades per se. You know, let the picture paint, let the market develop, let it look a little bit more obvious, let the opportunity look more obvious, you know, and then reassess from there. Also, I'm going to need to fix this light. It's just too bright back here. It's just too bright. It's just too bright. Okay, little pop there. Some aggressive buyers hitting the offer. What's going on? We just took out that high that we were talking about. It did it in the most difficult fashion that it could have done it, but it did it. And it could have been worse. And I mean, honestly, at these levels, nothing looks attractive, right? Jonas, what's going on, brother? I don't. I do have a free order flow cheat sheet if you want to look into that. You can study it and then you can dive in deeper into some of the concepts on there. If you see any terms on there you don't understand, you can go ahead and research it. Um, Research what the definitions are, the logic behind it. If you have any questions, you can message me. But I do have a free order flow cheat sheet. If you message me on Instagram, I'll send it your way. But again, at these levels, nothing is looking very attractive. It's all-time highs. This week, is going to set up for some pretty solid opportunities. It's just a matter of being patient for that. But I think something that helps in being patient is understanding the current market context and understanding where the market is standing right now. And that helps with patience. Accurate expectations or adjusted expectations, in my opinion, is one of the best way to manage emotions, right? For example, if you track statistics, you understand the frequency in which you will most likely be getting trades. You understand that with different strategies, you might get 5 opportunities a month. Some strategies you might get 20 opportunities a month, right? But by doing your research, you're able to manage your expectations, meaning you're going to be less likely to be disappointed, whatever it is, because whatever is out of line with what you expected, it's going to cause some emotional response. So I think by having a great understanding of the market context helps you manage yourself, helps you manage your impulses, because more decision making or certain decisions become more obvious. Like, why the hell would I be shorting at the literal all-time highs? Even if this ends, it'd be funny if this ended up being the top. Or like, why would I want to buy the breakout at all-time highs or get long at all-time highs? Like, why would I want to do that? Whatever the case might be, I think by understanding that context in terms of where value is sitting, what the market is trying to do, just helps you be patient because you have a better understanding on what's actually going on. Yeah, no problem, Jonas. Good to see you this morning, bro. Hope you had a good weekend. I could have swore you were either in the TikTok live or you were in one of these last YouTube lives, but I'm pretty sure I remember you. And now that we came and took out these levels, I mean, these price points that we put in are pretty irrelevant right now at the moment. But look how interesting this is. I mean, we broke out from the value area high, we pulled back to the literal value area high, and then I mean, we ripped to the pre-market high. Right? I mean, the logic is logicking right now. You see, like some market moves make absolutely zero sense, but some market moves make perfect sense. I don't even want to use the word perfect in the same sentence as with the market. So let me retract that statement, but you know what I mean. See, we're about 37 minutes in the market open. We have no auctions to go off of. We have no levels of value at this all-time high to trade unless we create one during the day or during this week. So, I mean, if I'm being completely honest, you know, one of the more obvious opportunities is looking like it played out. In terms of any opportunities to the downside, it's going to take more patience. It's going to take more patience. Now, should you be shorting this high? I mean, if you have the data to back it, but again, it's one of those things where it's just more of a gamble. It's all-time highs. There's no levels of value to go off of. It seems like a weak move in my opinion. Yeah, I completely agree with you, Caesar. We're looking a little exhausted. It's looking like a weak move. But at the same time, we're in all-time highs. So, I mean, the market could just start grinding up for the next hour if it wants to. So, yeah, it looks weak, but at this point, it's going to be best to tape read the order flow, get some screen time. But in my opinion, the best opportunities is not right now, in my opinion. Unless this is about to be the market top, which I don't have a crystal ball to know that, but I'm going to wait for us to develop some new level of value at the highs. And again, if you're watching this and let's say you didn't get to take a trade so far this morning, I mean, the market's only been up for like barely 40 minutes. These are opportunities and these are times where you have to be able to just sit on your hands and wait for an attractive opportunity. It's Monday. Let's not start forcing trades. Let's not start trying to pass our evals, make some more money, build our personal, okay, whatever it is. Like, put all that to the side. It's Monday. Whoever got off course so far, let's lock back in. Um, mm, mm, mm. Um, we have some present passive sellers here. You see a lot of these aggressive orders filled those aggressive buyers filled a lot of those passive sellers. Really now what I'm going to look for is some type of retest. So if we trade back to these levels, I want to see how aggressive these aggressive sellers are again. We're getting some imbalances on the bid. If you're completely new what is an imbalance, well, left side of the candlestick is an aggressive seller. Right side is the aggressive buyers. We got 101 aggressive sellers here to 20 aggressive buyers. We read this diagonally. Keep in mind, right? Divide that. 100 divided by 20. It's 5. We got a 5-1 imbalance there. It's on the bid. More aggressive sellers. Same thing here. 23 divided by 4. We got an imbalance. Right? Divide 90 by 4. Not a very large imbalance, right? Maybe a 1 to 2, but it's like that's not the type of imbalances we want to look for. We want to look for the outlier imbalances. What's going on, Joseph? I do. The broker that I use is called Tasty Trade. I believe I believe I have a link to the broker that I use in my description. Let me double check. Do you look at poor lows on TPO? I notice sometimes market makes them and breaks them in the same session. Just a thought. Yeah, I do. I know we haven't talked about TPO too much over here, Caesar, but we got it over here to the left. Right now, TPO is just extremely bullish. Extremely bullish. We're gonna clear these. Need to figure. Hold on. Great, we're finally forming another micro auction. Do the macro ICT trading times hold any validity? Are moves actually between 950, 1010? I wouldn't say precisely between 950 and 1010, and I also am not familiar with the ICT kill zones, but there are definitely times throughout the day where certain machines are definitely turned on. But in terms of kill zones, not familiar with them, not sure what that's alluding to. Do you trade gold? I don't really trade gold, but we do have gold up. I've been meaning to look more at gold because I know we got a lot of gold traders too, and you can use auction market theory and order flow very efficiently trading something like gold. So we'll remember to look at it more often. We can take a quick second to look at it here too. I think I already have it set up on a setting over here. Yeah, I got 30-minute gold right here. So we can take a quick look at gold while we wait for NASDAQ to play out. We're getting a little bit of absorption on NASDAQ right now. As for gold, though, gold still being an absolute beast, ripping towards its highs. I hate this gradient kind of color on order flow. It's literally, it's gonna make, I gotta adjust it, but I won't do it now. Let me look at where a lot of this trading activity was traded on gold. We can take a peek at gold. Chart settings, let's go. Let's see what all of last week was looking like. Okay, so gold is starting to look pretty heavy. Yeah. So this is going to be the level that we're going to be looking at on gold. Kind of funny to see that gold is also respecting these levels. Let me see chart settings. All-time highs just has to be. I mean, like some of the most boring markets to trade for an intraday trader. I mean, they just got to be some of the most boring markets, and it's not even. I mean, or just the watch too. I mean, we're watching. I mean, paint dry over here. So maybe we get more opportunity over here in the PM session. Well, we'll give an update on what's going on, and we'll do a little recap tonight on TikTok. So if you're around, we'll be live on TikTok. We'll do a little recap on how tonight played out, and then we'll be back in the morning. I mean, I know we're live, but I mean, there's nothing to take right now. So, with that being said, I'm gonna get some other things done. Hope everybody's doing great. Thanks for joining this morning. We'll be live again tomorrow morning, every single Monday through Friday. If you're completely new and you want access to the free order flow cheat sheet, just message me on Instagram. All of the information is down in the description. And we'll come back and we'll recap. We're trading all-time highs, but we definitely have some opportunities for pullbacks coming here soon. So we're going to position ourselves and use the order flow to capitalize on some of the moves coming this week. That being said, Joseph, Caesar, Jonas, everybody else hanging out. We'll catch you guys in the next live. Let me know if you need anything. Peace.